All right, ready.
Okay, so would you like us to look into the camera, or
don't look at him?
But isn't that gonna look kind of weird?
No.
Okay. Okay.
This is our shit. This ain't your shit.
I'm trying to direct your shit, okay?
Hey, we're pros.
The tables have been turned. Identity
I'm so
Richmond.
scared. I'm Sera, Tabb.
And I'm John Headlee.
And you're part of Identity Richmond.
And yes, we are part of Identity
What
Richmond.
is Identity Richmond?
Defining culture itself is a very broad thing.
We are all members of groups, and we're members of multiple groups.
Identity Richmond is an independent documentary project in which we sort of get to stalk the various subcultures in Richmond. So we get to follow them around, learn about who they are and why people choose to socialize with who they hang out with.
Originally, the project started because we want to focus on how urban environments create the necessity for alternative identities. You know, you need a social identity for maybe when you're at work, and you need kind of a more personal identity when you're with your friends, and sometimes those different identities are very, very different. And after we were working with the project for a while, we realized that while it was a great thing to pursue, it probably wasn't going to be very visually interesting because we're basically going to have a bunch of talking heads. So then
a lot of identity, a lot of your identity formation is something that happens internally. So we knew that we had to find a way to really show that sort of change that, you know, someone makes when they decide to take on something that's different from their normal personality on camera. So that's kind of how we came up with the solution to document subcultures.
What's been one of the most interesting subcultures that you've had in your project?
Take a deep breath.
Honestly, Angelica got me started. Oh, and I would tell you what, the first time I painted her face, I did not know what I was doing, and
I think our most interesting subculture has definitely been the drag queens.
So we met up, got a hotel, had fun, put makeup on, tried out about 50 different outfits, and finally decided on one. Went out to Godfrey's, had a fabulous time, and thought we were absolutely amazing.
One of them would refer to the other as he or she, basically non-discriminately, like whenever they want, they just kind of change genders. And it was really interesting to see that dynamic because you don't always think of gender as being something that is that easily changeable.
I must be born again. I must not reform my way because you can't reform your way. And I must use the truth.
I'm going to rip my chest off.
I would define counterculture as a statement of dissent coupled with a niche interest.
Definitely, I think the biggest surprise has been the role that things like MySpace, Facebook, and other online networking sites have played in, one, allowing us to find people, and two, allowing these people to come together and form the groups and the communities that they have. I'd say about 10, maybe 15 years ago, you wouldn't see a lot of this because they had no means of communication. You might have someone that has an interest, but they don't know anyone around them that has that similar interest. And without the role of, say, online and be able to go out and find other people like you, it's very hard to actually form a group. And now with things like MySpace and Facebook and message boards and the like, people can come together, plan out activities, and then go out and do it. Whereas before, it was very hard to do that. You had to go to things like conventions and stuff like that to actually find people.
One of the things that I've been really surprised by is just kind of having that experience of taking out your camera and having people instantly being interested in talking to you. I never thought that that would happen. I mean, just especially some of the groups that we've been working with are just, you know, culturally like very shy and have still been really open and willing to talk to us, and that's definitely made our project better, just people being willing and open.
It was started by a group of guys who really enjoyed wrestling. then it was in a guy's backyard, actually, and then people started showing up, and so everybody decided why not do it for real, and from there it kind of turned into this. Our last show, there's like 1,000 people here.
Not thinking that we're going to misrepresent them has really helped it, but I guess one of the things that I've learned is definitely, I mean, I was open-minded before I started this project, but really learning to just sort of tear down all of the visual barriers that you have about people, because once you deal with and you move from culture to culture, you know, every day of the week, and each day you're in a different culture, which is kind of what we've experienced, you very much realize that exteriors mean nothing. So
this is the guy that I rode with right here, leaving in an ambulance right now.
Guy,
That's how real it is. Where you going, G4? What are you doing? I don't know. Why are you getting an ambulance?
Ace is supposed to go out on the ambulance.
We love you, buddy. Where am I going to get him from?
That was G4. He actually got pretty badly concussed and didn't remember how.